So I'm about to break down the 3 organic content strategies that allowed my coaching business to hit its first 100K month and how you can also get coaching clients using the exact same thing. And this is going to work whether you're a beginner or whether you're a coaching business doing $50,000 per month. These strategies are immediately applicable, take you nothing but your own time to execute, and are going to allow you to get 3 to 5 clients extremely fast and then also turn it into a sustainable vehicle to make some money. So without further ado, let's jump in. The first strategy I'm about to share with you is the slowest of the 3, however, is probably the most sustainable, and that is going to be good old YouTube content. So, YouTube content is the backbone for actually building a personal brand. When you are building personal brand in any few ways, there's a few factors that actually play into it. The first thing is just pure impressions. So we'll represent this with an eyeball right here. This is the amount of people that are overall going to see something that you put out online. Now, a lot of people think their impressions are the problem. They think they're not getting enough views. And really, that is not the problem. The problem is the second phase is once we have the attention, we need to turn those attention into fans. And to represent that, let's just draw a few stick figures here. So when we're building fans and the actual people that are going to rally for us, this is where a lot of people mess up because theoretically, if on every single YouTube video you posted or every single content piece you posted, not even 50%, but 20% of the people watched your next piece of content, over time you'd compound and pretty much virtually guarantee that you blow up and build your audience massively. However, we continue to try and optimize on this base level of I here, just keep trying to get more people, more people, more people, talk about bigger and bigger ideas. However, the problem is that people just aren't caring about what we have to say. Then the third phase going down from this YouTube content section is pretty much just these 2 guys here, the fan basis, down into a community. So to represent that, let's draw 4 of them. And this is the final phase of building a super strong online presence is actually the community that you have. This can be the jokes you make in your content. It can be the overall style and how you present yourself. But fundamentally, this is the final phase right here. And when we're making content, it's really important to, instead of just trying to focus on, this initial, hey, let's get as many eyeballs as we can on YouTube, et cetera, or TikTok or Instagram, whatever platform you're using, I recommend, especially with YouTube content, you dive straight to this bottom basis right here and begin to think from the lens of how can I build a community with my content to retain people and also make sure that a viewer that watches one video continues to watch over and over and over again. That is the basis of YouTube content. And to optimize it for conversions to make money organically, it's very simple, but you're going to have to execute on it for a little bit of a longer timeline. What I would say makes it absolutely unreasonable for you not to succeed is the following. If you post anywhere from 3 to 5 times a week, so I recommend doing a Monday, Wednesday, Friday posting schedule. If you're doing 3 times a week, then just fill in the weekdays if you are doing that every weekday kind of posting schedule. So weekly, and then the kind of videos that you're going to make. So pretty much what you want to do in order to come up with YouTube ideas. You're not just going to want to talk about the trending topics that you see. You're going to use a strategy that I'm about to show you, and it combines your customers' pain points with the actual data behind what is actually going to make things work. So now we're over on vidIQ, and I'm not affiliated with vidIQ in any way. I just believe it's actually the best thing, and it's how I actually generate content ideas for absolutely every coaching business I've ever been involved with. And really, the strategy that we use is extremely simple. Step number 1 of creating a banger content idea is to find a customer pain. So we want to get a customer pain, and I come in a few ways, right? Customer pain come in a few ways. We can get, first off, a question from them. So they ask us a question. Hey, Alex, how do I do this? I'm struggling with this. And you can get this from a first party perspective. So you can either actually just speak with someone, whether it's a sales call, appointment setting call, or you can go from a third party basis and go into other communities and look at what people are asking each other and not actually you directly. And then the second thing that you can get to actually find a customer pain right now is going to be a previous experience that you had yourself. So I'll just put history here. And then from that point, you're going to want to distill it to a keyword. So let's say we're talking about marketing agencies. That's what I have a lot of experience with. We're having trouble with sales. Okay. That's our big problem that we're having trouble with. So then we want to break it down to what we're actually talking about into a keyword. And you'll get better at this with practice. But the keyword that I would use, for example, on vidIQ here is going to be SMMA sales. And then as soon as you see, we search and we're going to get this overall score here. I use this overall score to judge whether it's a video and an idea worth pursuing in the first place. However, don't just take this as gospel and think, oh my gosh, this is going to be the make or break on how something is. If something's top of mind, you really like it, still make the video. Then from that section, we're going to click on this overview, right on over to this matching terms section right here. And what it's going to show us is a bunch of matching keywords. And we have the search volume that they're actually getting on YouTube, which shows us how much interest is generally out there for this topic, and then the competition around doing that. And another thing that I do is I'll also just open YouTube just like this, and I'll type in the keyword to see what we actually have to deal with on the platform. So if I type in SMMA sales, we can see all the people, include my business partner Dylan there, and every single person talking about this concept to see what is actually working on the platform for the keyword that I have. Then from that point, what I will do is I will take a look at these matching terms and I will find one that has less traffic on it. As you can see here, the one that I really like here is the SMMA live sales call. And then one from that point on, I'll just click into any one of these right here and then make sure to create a video where I include this in the actual title. Once you have found the video idea, the positioning is extremely simple. It's not to be overcomplicated. You're going to find a mesh of the thumbnails that you like, and you're going to find one that you think you can make better, and you're going to make the video. One thing I really recommend you do is not watch any of the videos you also are looking at on this keyword section here. We're trying to make our content unique, and as much as we might be looking at the traffic and what's working on a competitor basis in our actual YouTube scape, we don't want to copy any of the video content or even watch it because it's going to make our even own thoughts about the topic a bit more unoriginal. Just want to record the video off the cuff as if it was your own original idea and you didn't even know any of this stuff. And what that's going to do is it's going to allow you to have that authentic feel while still being in the quote unquote know-how and still being trendy when it comes to what your customers are searching for. Repeat that 3 to 5 times weekly, get incrementally better with each time, and you're going to be absolutely ripping on your leads and sales in the next 3 to 6 months. The second thing that you can do to actually get organic content, and really this one is something that I've never seen anyone talk about, is going to be Skool. And I'm not saying like, oh, start a Skool community, et cetera, et cetera. I'm saying leverage Skool for appointment setting. And you might be asking, well, how do I do this? And let me show you something really crazy here. Say we were trying to find the same topic of SMMA, and we were to go to Skool and we're to type this in right here. You can see a whole bunch of free communities that all talk about this ideal topic. And pretty much what we have the ability to do is dive into these communities and provide value for free. Now, we're not trying to like sell people or set out of these communities. I believe that's ethically wrong. However, what we can do in these communities is we can go in and we can provide our value and just show authentically who we are. And if you even take a look at the Skool Games group, you can see lots of people doing this and seeing dramatic success to this. This is a post that was from 1 day ago, and this guy has gotten 12 comments and opt-ins on his page just from showing you everything that he did. And all these people are potential leads that he can actually go through and contact, which if you're doing and you're actually following the propensity, which I'm about to show you, which is you're going to create 2 posts per day and you're going to share them to all the groups that you've joined, and you're going to do one in the morning, one in the evening, and then you're also, every time you see a question from somebody, so if you see anyone ask, hey, what do I think the best way to do X is, or what's the best way to do Y, what have you guys seen work, you're then going to go onto their page and you're going to respond with a high quality loom. And I'm telling you, these absolutely crush, because you would be so surprised by the amount of people that have a problem and don't really like the post, or they don't really talk about the post, interact with it in any way, shape, or form. But as soon as you respond with that high quality loom, here's what happens. First off, you're going to create a really strong direct connection to this guy right here, the person who asked the question. He's going to be like, holy crap, this is sick, let's go. What's going to also happen is every single person who has that problem but didn't really address it, like, oh yeah, yada, I'm kind of struggling with this, but I don't really know how, is going to go, oh crap, this guy just responded with a 10-minute loom and it helped this guy a bunch. It can probably help me too. And they're all going to flock to this, and you'd be like, hey, just DM me, or DM them when they respond back, like in any way, shape, or form. And you are going to absolutely rip by doing this. And you can do a lot more replies than you can post. I recommend doing anywhere from 10 to 20 replies a day. And this is going to absolutely explode your lead volume. I'm telling you right now, if you're kind of sitting there with your proverbial dick in your hands and you have absolutely nothing to do, you have no leads to contact all day, doing this is not only going to take up your time, it's going to absolutely fill your lead section, because you're going to have so many people that you can contact and actually go through, provide value to, and potentially book an appointment and then eventually close them. The third strategy, after you absolutely ripped with those first 2, is going to be what I like to call Dream 100 outreach. So Dream 100 outreach comes from a pretty well-known topic known by Russ Brunson, where if you put these 100 people in a room, instead of prospecting to 100 new people per day, if you just kept hitting up the same 100 people who are your absolute ideal customer that you could 100% receive results with over and over again, that they would eventually not only pay you, but they would also see great results on the back end and become customers for life. And really, this is a strategy that a lot of people don't understand, that in their own network, they have third degree connections to their ideal customer. And degrees of connection, extremely simple. This is you right here. So you've got yourself, and pretty much between your network and people that you might not even suspect, they know people. And on this third degree right here, so the people that those people know, you are almost guaranteed to find your ideal customer at least 20 plus times if you have a kind of business centered audience. And if not, you might find them only a few times. However, this strategy alone of understanding the power of your network here, if you can reach out to them properly in a way that is not pushy and really just kind of like, hey, can you allow me to make money and give me nothing in return kind of fashion, you can get a lot of money from actually doing this properly. So to explain how we actually going to reach out and the frame that we're going to hold. Now, we're not just going to say, hey, I have this thing, can you, et cetera, et cetera. That's not the frame that we'd all want to follow. The first thing that we want to do with the Dream 100 outreach is start from a very authentic basis. And what I mean by that is the first step is going to be genuine interest. And how we're going to do that is we're going to take everyone that we know, whether it's via text, whether it's like a platform messaging like Discord, or whether it's on Instagram, and we're going to actually give them engagement on their profile. So we're going to go, hey, comment, et cetera, just show some genuine interest in what they have going on. The phase after that is going to be small talk. So I know as business owners and A-type personalities, small talk might seem like it's a very boring thing to do, might seem painful. I'm busy, you're busy, et cetera, et cetera. I don't mean like that. I don't mean asking about how the weather is. I mean asking them about how they're doing and just really catching up with them personally. Learn about what they have going on, et cetera, et cetera. You can have 3 phases from here. First things first is you can either propose a catch-up call. Catch-up call, this one is very, very strong because it allows you to actually bring it up in a way that isn't just like very transactionist and you're just trying to ask them for money-ish. You can just have a genuine conversation for the first 15, 30 minutes or so, and then mention in conversation, hey, by the way, do you know anyone who has XYZ? Or from the point of the catch-up, you can give what's called an indirect mention. So you're gonna say, hey, I pretty much built this thing and it helps this person do this. I'm looking to give it away for free to some people and just really just prove it out to work. Do you know anyone who it would work for? And because you're giving it away for free, people are a lot less frictioned when it comes to allowing and actually helping you to get it out to people that they might know and they might know can actually benefit from them, because they don't perceive the actual likelihood of you screwing up and it damaging their reputation. And it also is going to allow them to get cred with the guys that they give it to and help you in a sense of, oh, you now owe me something. And it's just a win-win across the board here when you give it indirectly away for free. And that is the strategy of the Dream 100 outreach. So pretty much just make a big list of everyone who you have on every single social platform and reach out to them over and over and over again with the small talk, catch up, genuine calls, and then an indirect mention to whatever you're doing on a either free consultation basis, see if it works for you, or if you're just starting out, maybe even a free trial and you upgrade them onto paid. Either or is going to absolutely print for you. And those alone are the 3 organic methods that have allowed my coaching business to generate a crap ton of leads without spending a single dime. You're going to turn on paid ads afterwards, but you can use this to make your first 25K a month and even scale it up to 50, anywhere between 50 to 100. And then you should probably want to turn on ads. But outside of that, I hope the value that you got from this video is worth the time, and I'll see you in the next one.